Greetings to all. Welcome to online teaching session of Academic World School, Bemitara for the subject Business Studies. And this is the lecture number 4 and we are on the chapter Nature and Significance of Management. Today we are going to cover the subtopic of levels of management, and if time will permit then we will try to cover functions of management too. Before I start, I would recommend you and suggest you to take one notepad and a pen to note down the important notes, and do not forget to complete your assignments after this video. So today we are going to start with levels of management. In last video we had covered the importance, objectives of management, nature of management. These all things have been covered. Now this is also very important part, levels of management, which is again a basis of any company, any structure of hierarchy in a company or in a firm. These three levels are present everywhere. So there are three levels. There are three levels of management, as you can see in the diagram also: top level, middle level and supervisory level. Top level, middle level and supervisory level. And there are some people who are only connect with these levels only. As you can see, the top level. So there are few people who are exclusively concerned with top level only. As you can see the names here: board of directors, chairman, general manager, president, vice president, CEO, COO, CFO, principal, chief executing officer, the full form of CEO, the COO, chief operating officer, CFO, chief financial officer, principal of any school. These all are the people who are considered as the part of top level management, right? And if we come in the middle level management, then there are different departments in every firm. If you talk about a company, then a company moves with so many departments. Suppose any company, let's take ABC Limited, and ABC Limited has, or at the top level, a general manager or a president, anything would go. He would be at the top level, suppose, but he would be having on the middle level many departments, different departments like production department, sales department, marketing department, finance department. So all these departments are very necessary to have in a company. A company cannot move without these departments because of the bulk of the activities, because of the bulk of human resources. So many people, activities are continuously going on. That is why they need to separate the departments to let the work smoothly, right? So that is why all the heads or managers, we can say, of these departments will be considered as middle level. Do you understand? See the simple phenomena. A company is there. Company's name is ABC Limited. His top level is general manager or a president. He would have some departments at the middle level: production department, sales department, marketing, finance. So who will be leading these departments? Leading means who will be making this department run, who will be head of the department. So head of the departments are known as departmental heads or managers of that particular department. Suppose production department's manager, sales manager, marketing manager, finance manager, all these managers are considered as the middle level people. Alright? So these are, so that is why I have written here major portion, all the managers are covered under the middle level. See, purchase manager, sales, I have not written manager, it is understood, I have written on the top all managers. So purchase manager, sales manager, finance manager, executing officer, plant superintendent. Remember this, plant superintendent means plant. What is the meaning of plant? Whatever factory you have set up, the in charge of that whole plant. The factory you have set up, the in charge, the supervisor of that whole plant, all the activities are supervised by this person who is known as plant superintendent. Plant superintendent, divisional head, departmental head, all these people are considered as middle level people. Getting? Now moving to the third department, that is known as lower level, or we can say as supervisory level. So in these there are few people who are considered under these department, who are those supervisors. First of all, supervisors. Who are these supervisors, guys? Supervisor is a person who supervises the activity of workers, right? Who observe all the activities what workers are doing and what not, right? So he is known as supervisors. Supervisor. And next is coming superintendent. What is superintendent? There is a difference between plant superintendent and superintendent, and a simple superintendent. Superintendent may be the supervisor of a particular activity, of a particular objective. But plant superintendent is a supervisor of whole plant. The whole plant is a bigger thing, that is why he is considered as the bigger designation, and superintendent is a supervisor of a particular activity or a particular team, that is why he is known as only superintendent and he is covered under the supervisory level. Are you getting this? Then foreman. Who are the foreman? Foremans are the leader of workers. Alright, like you must have listened the word union leader. Right, so union leader is kind of a foreman only. The team he is leading out of the worker. He is getting promoted from the workers and he becomes the leader of the workers only. That is why he is remained under the lower level, but he comes on the position of instructing. Then section officer, clerk, sub-department executive, front-line manager. This is one only. Sub-department executive. See, executive officer is a bigger designation coming under the middle level. Sub-executive या sub-department executive officer is the kind of assistant of middle level executive officer. That is why he is considered under the supervisory level. Then front-line manager, first-line manager, all these people are considered under the supervisory level. If you look into them, then you may be able to relate it into the real life. If you have, if your father is running the business, if you have gone to any company, a visit, a simple visit, then you may relate it to the real life. That people who are responsible for a bigger task, bigger planning, bigger things, overall organization, they are considered at the top and their nature is kind of a complex one. And you may see also their designation is higher, they are paid higher, their stress is higher, everything is higher on their level, right? Then next are all the managers, all the heads, the departmental head, divisional head, all the managers, all are coming under the middle level. That means they are leading their own departments. That means they are also handling the number of people under their department. That is why their stress is lower than top level but higher than the lower level. Right? So complex activities, planning, policies, they also handle. That is why they comes in middle level. Then the supervisory level, who follow the top and middle levels, commitments, policies, plans, framing, they all do the actual work, right? So here you will be coming across to the people who are in direct touch with the workers, who are in direct touch with the workers, who are letting the work done from the workers itself, and who actually observe and who actually get the things done, get the performance done out of the workers. So here people are into the planning mode, here people are more in organizing and implementation of plans and instruction work, and here people are more into the action and performance oriented tasks. Action and performance oriented task means getting the actual work done. If my company is of production toys, so who is into the producing toys? Who is into the supervision of the producing toys? So they are the level. They are actually observing whether toys are being produced or not, whether their quality is good or not, whether the output is met or not, whether the target is met or not. So they are actually observing whether the actual performance of the company, the core activity of the company is going on or not. Are you getting the feel? Are you getting the scene key how they are departments, how the authorities are divided? Yes. So there are two things: authority and accountability. What is the meaning of authority? Authority means you can say power of getting things done. Authority means power, right? So if you have authority, means you have power, right? So authority always moves in downward direction. As you can see the arrows here, authority always moves in downward direction. That means general manager will pass the authority to the departmental manager. Departmental manager will pass the authority to its supervisor. Supervisor will pass the authority to the workers. So this way authority moves in the downward direction. What is the meaning of accountability? Accountability, literal Hindi meaning is jawabdari, answerability. So answerability always moves in the upward direction. How? Like if general manager has passed to manager, manager has passed to supervisor, authority, then the answerability will move to the upward direction. If general manager will ask to the manager, yes manager, what happened to the work? Right? Then manager will answer to the general manager. Yes sir, we are working, we are on the way, we will be completing our target. Who is giving this answer? Manager is giving this answer to the general manager. Same way, if manager will ask to the supervisor, yes, tell me the Mr. Supervisor what we are doing, what our workers are doing. So he will be giving feedback. Supervisor will be giving feedback to the manager. Yes sir, we are on the way, we have done this much outcome and so on. So he has given answerability, answer to manager, and manager has given answer to the general manager. This way the accountability moves in the upward direction and authority moves in the downward direction. I hope this diagram is clear to you all. If not, then you can rewind and ask the queries in the personally to the comment inbox, the messaging personally, right? Next, we are coming now on different levels. You have to be very vigile while thinking about these levels. First of all, top level and its function, both of the things we are going to discuss here. Top level. Top level are the people, as you can see the designation here, these are the people who are responsible for overall organization. They are responsible for overall organization. People who are working with them, managers and supervisors, they all are fulfilling the objectives of top level. Whatever top level thinks about the company, that my company will be growing after 2 years, my company will become MNC after 5 years, whatever objective top level have in their mind, other people help them to achieve those objectives. Are you getting my thing? These people think, what do we want in our life of the company, and these people help them to achieve those objectives. Getting? So what are we doing here? We are responsible. That means top level is responsible for overall organization, and when these people are helping them to achieve everything, so top level think about those objectives first, then only they pass the instruction to the other levels to help them. No, so that is why they first of all think, determine all objectives, determine all objectives, and then only after determining all objectives, they frame all policies and plans, all policies, plans, or we can say strategies, policies, plans and strategies how to achieve these objectives. That means they first decide what we are going to do, and then only they show the way to the middle level and the lower level that how these objectives will be achieved. So top level management are but clear about their objective and the way on which their employees have to walk, right? So objective, destination is decided, path is decided, only the employees have to actually walk on this path to reach the destination, right? There is a path, there is a destination, destination is objective, and this path is plans and policies, and this is all is decided by the top level. Only who will move on this path to achieve the objective, this is the middle level and lower level. Getting? So they determine all the objective, they frame all the policies and strategies and plans. Their job is complex, stressful, most stressful, most complex. I am not saying that these people do not take stress here, there is no stress in their job. It is not like that. But they have responsibility of overall organization. That is why they are their job is most complex and their job is most stressful in nature, right? And this job, top level job, is demanded commitment, dedication of longer hours, right? So top level management are these people, their job is complex, stressful, they are committed, but means their job is demanded more commitment towards the company, that sometimes they need to forget the family and they have to keep the family aside or friends aside, and they have to be fully committed to the company itself to achieve the desired objectives, right? They need a lot of dedication for longer hours. Means any other employee can step back, okay, my family is important, this time I am going, but they cannot leave the company on a stick, right? They have to give the priority to the company only, because if these people will step back, then other people will not take company seriously at all, business seriously at all. So that is why they are demanded more dedication, more commitment, more complex, stressful job rather comparison to the middle level or lower level. So they are responsible for overall organization, determining objective, frame all policies and plans, maintain liaison relations. What is liaison relations? Liaison relations are outsiders. Liaison people are outsiders. So they maintain relationship with outsiders. So that is maintaining relationship with outsider, third party, like getting license from the government or customer care, right? All these things are maintained by the top level only, right? To maintaining liaison relations comes under their hand. Then analyzing business environment. Analyzing business environment. That means when they are responsible for overall organization, so for their upcoming losses, for their upcoming threats, weakness, they have to be very vigilant all the time. They have to keep their eyes open towards the environment of the business. So any changes in the laws, any changes in the technology, any changes in the government policy, they have to be eye-opening all the time, and they have to analyze business environment very thoroughly so that their company should not follow upcoming losses. So this is analyzing business environment, right? So this way, impact on the society, impact on the society, what their company is impacting on the society through advertisement, through their product, through their publicity, whatever impacts are there on the society, they are responsible for that too, right? So these are the functions of top level, and functions which top level perform, and always it has to perform. It goes into the continuation, they never stops. Okay, so now we are coming on middle level. I made you understand who are the middle level people. Middle level people are having their own departments. This thing you have to remember it forever, that they have their own departments. Every company has separate department, whether it is a small company or a big company. Only the difference will be, small company will be having less number of people in a particular department, and bigger companies have more number of people in a particular department. Like if I talk about the finance department, so small company will have 2 people in accounts department or finance department, or bigger company may have 10, 15, 20, 100, 200 people in the finance department. That depends from the company to company, nature and the size of the company, that how many departments do they need and how many people they require. So that is why we are just considering the basic thing that every company has separate departments, regardless that how many number, what is the nature of the company, regardless that. The own departments, all the middle level people have their own departments, like production department, finance, sales, etc. Right? You can take example of your school also. Like in your school there are different subjects. Economics, if I talk about commerce, then business, accounts, economics, and there is one HOD of whole commerce department. So that HOD is handling all the people under him. That is why they are coming under the middle level. So own departments, production department, finance and sales department. This thing you have to remember. Now you have to just apply your thinking here, that middle level people are the middle level is the link between the top level and lower level. So they are connected with this and they are connected with top level as well. Middle level is connected with the top level and lower level. Top level people do not directly go to, in many companies, directly do not go to the lower level, but they pass on the instruction to the middle level, then middle level pass on the instruction to the lower level. So first of all, by this we can get the function, one of the function, that they are the link between the top level and lower level. Okay, so when top level passes on instructions to middle level, what type of instruction do they pass? Tell me, what type of instructions do they pass? Think about it. Top level is framing policies. Top level is framing policy, just now we had studied. So they are passing these policies to the middle level to implement their policy, right? They are framing the policy and they are implementing the policy. Getting? Implementing policy, and then see, it is connected with the lower level also. Then what are they doing with the lower level? How they are, what is the function with the lower level to them? You can identify it and you can guess it also, that they are passing the work, the activities to the lower level to perform the task. So they get the performance done through lower level, and then they supervise also whether lower level has done their task or not. So they just supervise the lower level also. So this also comes into the function. You can make it yourself. You can pause here the video and you can identify what are the function might have performed by the middle level. You can make a list and match with mine. That would be the good option. This will enhance your thinking, right? So they supervise lower level, right? Then they pass on the grievances of lower level to top level, that what are the resources, what are the problems lower level is facing, and what are the resources they require. So they pass on the message to top level. You can see the diagram here, right? So they pass on grievances or solve. If they can solve themselves, then they solve the grievances of lower level. Okay? Then they arranges all the resources for their department. They arrange resources for whole organization. When we set the first point that they are responsible, top level is responsible for overall organization. So in that, this point also got covered. Now I am giving the specification because I am going to compare it with middle level. That they arrange all the resources for whole organization. That means the function of organizing, very important it is. The function of organizing is of top level. What is the organizing? Means they organize finance, they organize plant, they organize fixed assets, resources. All the resources are arranged by top level for overall organization, right? But what do the middle level do? Middle level also organize resources for their department. For their own department, they organize all the resources, they assemble all the resources, then their main function is, this is very important function, please pay attention, that the staffing. That means they recruit people, select people for the organization, right? So they do these staffing also, and if they are connected with the people, they are connected with the employees to staff them, to select them, then obviously their function becomes to morale boosting. They boost the morale, or we can say they motivate employees. They motivate employees to perform the desired result, to perform the action, whatever the company is demanding. So fulfilling the people's desires, employees' desire, what do the employees demand? This is also becomes the function of middle level. Then they boost the morale of the employees, they motivate the employees, and they staff, that means select and recruit the people. These are all the functions of the middle level. You can pause here and note down the important notes. We are coming on third level. Now we are coming on supervisory level. Supervisory, you can identify the name only, that's who supervise, who observe the activity of workers. I am going to tell you that supervisors, or we can say the lower level, is the link between the middle level and workers. Middle level and workers. If you can see the diagram here, top level, middle level, supervisory level, where are the workers? Workers are not covered under this diagram because they are not coming under any authority. They are the fourth class employees who only do the instructed work. Right? They only have authority to use the resources whichever they are giving for which? They are giving the output. That's it. So that is why they are covered under the fourth level, which is known as the workers. So that is why we are taking supervisory level in between, and they are the link between. So this becomes the function also. They are the link between middle level and workers. See? Simple. Now you can enlist number of functions of supervisor level. If you can think, pause the video here, enlist the functions of the supervisory level, enhance your thinking that what might they will be doing, right? So link between the middle level and the workers here. So think that what are they getting from the middle level? Supervisory level, what are they getting from the middle level? कुछ मिल रहा होगा इन्हें. What might they have getting? They are getting the instructions to perform. Or we can say follow the plans and policies, right? How to follow the plans and policies, supervisory people get the instructions from the middle level. And are they passing it to workers? Yes, they are passing it to workers. Pass instructions to workers, right? Then what do they get from the workers? Think about in this way also. What do they get from the workers? They get problems, feedback, grievances, which they pass to middle level. They pass all these things, problems, feedback, grievances, they pass all these things to the middle level. Then the supervisory level is responsible to actually get the work done, actual performance for actual actions. Supervisory level is responsible. So outcome, responsible for outcome, that means whether the targets are achieved or not, goals are achieved or not. They are responsible for quality, or we can say standard. They are responsible for discipline. They are responsible for safety of workers. Right? So all these are the functions of supervisory level. You may pause it and see. Okay. So we are just summarizing this levels of management. After this 5 minutes is there for the functions of management I need. That is very simple topic. So three levels are there. That is top level, middle level, lower level. These are the people who are attached with these people, and there are some functions, top level, middle level, supervisory level. Different functions are there. Supervisory level is the link between middle level and workers. They instruct to perform to workers, right? They follow the plans given by the middle level. I am writing it here. Given by middle level. Then they pass these instructions to the workers. They get the problem, feedback and grievances from the worker. They are responsible for the outcome, what are the goals they have achieved, responsible for the quality, standard, discipline, safety of the workers, right? So all these things are done by the supervisory level. Same way middle level is responsible, is mainly for staffing, recruiting people, attaching with them, for organizing their department, for coordinating with all the activities, and top level is responsible mainly for planning and organizing function, responsible for overall objectives of the organization. Now we are coming on functions of management. This is is very simple topic, and you are going to get detailed structure of these functions in upcoming chapters, because these functions are the basis of this whole book. Functions of management. There are 5 functions of management, and the basic function is planning. This is the primary function. After this, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. So planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So there are 5 functions, right? And planning is the primary function. One more diagram I think you should see. According to the authority, top level is busy in majorly planning and organizing. Middle level is busy in staffing at the major part, and lower level is busy in directing as well as controlling. See, it's not like that planning is not done by middle level, but at the major part I am talking about. At major part, top level is busy in planning, organizing, middle is busy in staffing, lower is busy in directing and controlling at the major part, right? So this way planning is the basic function, or we can say primary function. It bridges the gap what we are going to achieve in future. That means it tells what to do, how to do, when to do, and by whom it is to be done. See here, planning is the basic function, planning is the primary function. Without this management cycle, this cycle do not get a start. That means this is the basic function. If planning is not there, if we do not know our objective, that what we have to achieve, then there is no way to walk upon, right? So it is the basic function, it is the primary function, it bridges the gap. Bridges the gap means today we are standing here and we want to achieve this outcome. This is our goal, this is our objective. Then how we will go there? How we will go there? We will plan it. So planning bridges the gap where we are standing today and where we have to go in the nearer future. So it bridges the gap what we are going to achieve in the future. That means it tells us what to do, how to do, what is the way to do, and when to do, what is the time to do, and by whom it is to be done. That means what are the authorized people, what is the human resource will be provided for a particular task. So all this planning has to be done, then only we can go forward to the second step, that is known as organizing. What is organizing? Organizing means to arrange all resources, to arrange all resources, then to execute structure of authority. That means departmentalization, duties, responsibilities, what are the fixed assets are there, what is the land, building, finance, all these things we have to arrange, right? To arrange our resources, to execute a structure of authority. To execute a structure of authority means ki who will be passing the authority to whom. The authority chart we made, so who will be passing the authority to whom, then departments, framing of departments and duties and responsibilities. That means ki who will be passing what duties a particular person will be performing, and reporting relationship. Reporting relationship means who will be passing the particular report to which designation, right? If manager will be passing a report or feedback, then he will be passing to general management. So these decisions are taken in the organizing. So we have done planning and organizing, 3R left, staffing, directing and controlling, and we are going to repeat these two as well as we are going to do it, these three functions in the next video. And you have to do not forget to complete your assignments, right? Video 1, video 2, video 3, all assignments you have to complete, okay? And submit it as soon as possible, and deadline will be tomorrow as well as day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, the callings you will be starting getting, and you have to complete all these assignments. Okay, so take care, and you have to go through the video, complete all assignments, stay at home, be happy.